Hey guys, and welcome back to the Hillside. Today we're going to talk about a very popular plant and flower known as the red hot poker, and maybe also known as the torch lily in some areas. Now, this plant is native to South Africa, so it's going to like the hot, the dry weather. And this plant is perfect for the spot it's in right now. As I kind of zoom back here, right along the steps leading up to my house, this is a rock wall, kind of retaining wall here. And this place right here gets super hot because of the rocks. It gets super dry. I've tried for several years to grow things right in this particular location, and nothing has grown until I have planted this plant, which is absolutely perfect. So if you have a spot that is very well draining, stays warm, maybe it's on a sloping a hillside area or just on a raised bed or something that's going to be not holding a lot of moisture, this plant is absolutely perfect. It has doubled and tripled in size, at least in like 1 year. It's made multiple divisions, and this year is the first year that has bloomed for me. So if we kind of look up here at these flowers, and I always tell people, get as absolutely close to your flowers as you can, as they are often amazing. Okay, we walk by, we see from the edge, say, oh, it's a really pretty flower, it's nice, it's orange, it's yellow, whatever. But until you get really, really close, I mean, just look at this. So at the bottom of this flower stalk here, you see these yellows? Now, right here, this is the spent flowers, obviously, okay? But as the plants are at the bottom, they are this beautiful yellow color. Now, as it goes, farther on up, you got this orangish color as well, but the yellow still on the inside, if you can kind of make that out on the inside, which becomes more pronounced as the flowers open up. You can see the anthers sticking out of these little miniature flowers. So while you might think that this entire mass right here is like, oh, that's one flower, that would not be correct, because this is probably hundreds of little flowers all at once. Okay, so here's an immature flower that has yet to really come into opening up its blooms. But you kind of see at the bottom, it doesn't have any of the characteristic brown spent flower buds as the earlier flower that we just looked at has. But you can see, as it is a smaller flower, this is one of the divisions from the main stem that has grown just this past year, whereas the flower I just showed you is from the original main cluster, the bulb or the rhizome, whatever it may be that it grows from. Anyways, yeah, so for the hard to grow areas, the places that don't get a lot of moisture or maybe have a hard time retaining moisture, this plant is going to thrive on neglect. It doesn't need to be overly fertilized, overly watered. It needs full sun, and right where it's at is facing due south. It gets full sun all day long, and it just keeps on dividing and being happy. So there you go. So for that hard to fill area, that place that maybe you've had no trouble, you've had no success getting what I'm trying to say, you've had a lot of trouble or no success at getting other things to grow because it just dried out, it just got too hot. Do try this plant out and do get close. Examine your flowers up close. It'd be awesome to see what they look like. I mean, if you walk by, you're never going to be able to see inside of this plant. I really hope this is coming through. I mean, just look at that in there, right? Look how beautiful it is, how the depth of color and shapes. And if you look closely, there's little ants going around in there. I saw another kind of bug just crawling around inside of these little flower crevices. So there you go. So from my hillside, hopefully you guys are enjoying this nice summer day. Hopefully your flowers are blooming. Do give this plant a try, and I'll see you next time here on the hillside with another flower profile and other gardening tips. Please follow along. If you like this kind of content, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.